August 2011. Care for cows in Vrindavan. Nandi departs 3 new bulls. Maneka Gandhi's report. Care for cows in Vrindavana. CFC trustees Kurma Rupa Dasa Hansarupa Dasa Vra Mohan Dasa Hrivalabha Dasa Radha Govinda Dasa Amit Dulani. Patrons Mahanadi Swami Maharaja. CFC staff Kasina Sudana Dasa Bra Gopal Dasa Swits Puri Maharaja Radhapati Dasa Siyam Hari, Vij, Ravi, Sukumar, Santosh, Teprakash. Ajit editor. Kurma Rupa Dasa. Care for cows in Vrindavana is inspired by his divine grace. C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, founder of Kriya International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Dear friends, it is quite disconcerting that the government of Uttar Pradesh has issued permits to open between 8-15 mechanized slaughterhouses which propose to kill 150,000 animals per day. This action has given rise to the anti-slaughterhouse movement, which is seeking support to rescind the permits. If you are an animal lover, consider the cow as mother, or are simply vegetarian, then support the anti-slaughterhouse movement by giving a missed call to toll-free number 0522395743 and help to save the lives of the many innocent animals proposed to be slaughtered daily in UP, including thousands of motherly cows. Jaya Shri Guru, Jaya Shri Gopala, Jaya Shri Gomata. Care for Cows. Care for Cows in Vrindavan is a charitable trust registered in India, USA, and Switzerland. The CFC staff. I have over 200 letters on my table complaining about illegal cow slaughter. Many of these complainants are groups who have stopped trucks stuffed with cows and calves, many of them dead of suffocation and injuries, only to have the police take a bribe and let the animals go. Uttar Pradesh has become one large slaughterhouse for cows, with Mulayam Singh's government giving licenses for meat export slaughterhouses by the hundred. Rampur, Ghaziabad, Moradabad, Aligarh, Agra. This is the Muslim belt, and thousands of cows are brought in daily to be killed. From Rajasthan they pour into Mewat, which is a 90% Muslim district. From the other side of Rajasthan they go in the thousands to Gujarat, where they are killed in Porbandar, Daman and Diu, and then the meat is taken to Mumbai. Thousands go from all over Maharashtra to be killed at Deonar illegally. From Orissa and Bihar they are herded to West Bengal and go through to Bangladesh, which has a beef export of 1 lakh tons a year without having a single cow or buffalo. From Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka they are taken to Kerala, where they are killed in the dozens of slaughterhouses on the border and then exported as meat to the Middle East. From Punjab, buyers with illegal certificates saying that they are for agricultural purposes bribe Lalu Prasad's railway officials and stuff them into bogs and take them to West Bengal. Delhi has 11,000 illegal slaughterhouses, small shanties in the slums that kill hundreds of cows brought in from Haryana. There's a genocide going on with over 2 lakh cows being killed per day. This killing is happening hand in glove with the police and district magistrates who give false certificates every day, allowing cows to be loaded onto trucks. The law is clear. Not more than 4 cows can Maneka Gandhi's report on cow slaughter be carried in one truck. Every day my organization catches trucks that have more than 50 cows in each. The government looks the other way and boasts that we have the largest leather and meat export in the world. The fact that the entire leather industry is made from the skins of illegally killed cows, or that the meat has come from young milch cows and their babies, is irrelevant to them. The police are delighted with this crime. Each truck pays the chunjis and each policeman takes home thousands of bribe rupees every day from this killing. Every time we stop a truck, it is the policemen who defend and release the truck with its suffering cargo of squashed animals. Every week there is a cow selling fair in each district, supposedly for farmers. No farmer goes there to buy. The slaughter mafia bring their trucks and pick up hundreds of animals. One person who tried to stop this in Haryana was arrested by the police on the complaint of criminals that she was stopping their work. Go to Bihar. Most villages have no cows in them. In Andhra Pradesh, rustling is a major crime. People hold up villagers at gunpoint and take their animals for slaughter. One old woman who tried to stop a cattle truck in Gorantla, Anantapur, was beaten up in full sight of the village and the police. No one intervened as the men had guns. Within 10 years we will have no cows. The story of the tiger is being repeated. The government kept giving false figures to the world. We have 9,000 tigers or more. When an actual head count was done, we have less than 300 and the killing continues. We have more tigers in the zoos than in the wild. The same with the cows. Government has convinced itself that we have the largest cattle population in the world with 1 crore cows. Do a head count, there will be less than 20 lakh left. Anybody in rural India can tell you that. Find me a cow in Punjab or Rajasthan or even Madhya Pradesh. The cows in the Gaushalas are not any better off. Most of the Gaushala managers who have been gifted the land by the government to protect cows now run them as dairies for their own milk. The Bakeshwar Gaushala in Agra has a tie-up with butchers who take the non-milking cows every month. In Mathura, the home of Krishna and the cows, you cannot find a single calf in any Gaushala as they have all been sold because the milk of their mothers is for the Gaushala managers. Hundreds of cows were sent by the Uttar Pradesh Animal Husbandry Minister to Lakhimpur Kheri, supposedly to clear the streets of Lucknow. Most of them were sold by the truckers on the way to butcher shops. The few thought arrived were immediately brought from the government Gaushala by the meat traders under the benign eye of the district magistrate. In Rajasthan, in Siroi, the district magistrate gives false certificates every day to the cow traders, and if the trucks are caught by activists they are beaten by the police. In Mumbai, the Muslims like eating only pregnant and milking cows. I have filmed footage of cows that are being milked 10 minutes before their heads are sawn off. Their udders are sold with the meat so that the buyer knows he is eating the flesh of a mother. The Minister for Agriculture, Sharad Pawar, who owns piggeries and poultries himself and calls himself a modern farmer, dismisses the entire killing as the disposal of useless animals. When people try and justify animal slaughter and meat export on the basis of earning money, it would be wise to look at the actual economic contribution of these so-called useless animals that you kill. A study by the Central Institute of Agricultural Engineering put out the following figures 5 years ago. Our 73 million, this number is of 1,990 draft animals, work equivalent to 27 million megawatts of energy, which means not only savings in terms of coal and other raw materials but also in terms of land for power projects and in pollution from noxious gases, effluents and fly ash. They provide approx 100 million tons of dry dung a year, costing Rs. 5,000 crores, which saves 50 million tons of firewood, which again means that many trees saved and more environmental damage prevented. It is calculated that if these 73 million animals were to be replaced, we would need 7.3 million tractors at the cost of 2.5 lakh each, which would amount to an investment of 180,000 crores. In addition to 37 lakh and 50,000 tons of diesel, which would mean another 57,000 crore rupees. This is how much we owe these animals, and this is what we stand to lose by killing them. Loss of cattle deprives us of dung for fuel and fertilizer, which means loss of biogas and trees cut for firewood. In 1994, India for the first time had to import cow dung from Holland, while chemical fertilizer import has gone up from about 1 crore in 1960 to about Rs 450 crores in 1990 to triple that in 2005. Look at our other imports of animal products. Import of milk and milk powder has risen from 6 tons in 1950 to 65 tons in 1990, while butter oil has gone from half a ton to 16.5 tons. Again triple that for 2006. 16 lakh liters of water are needed daily to keep one moderate-sized slaughterhouse clean. That is drinking water for 30 lakh people. Can a water and energy-starved country like India really afford to kill cattle anymore? Satish Kumar, President, Goraksha Dal Punjab. One of the great souls fighting for the cows of India, Satish Kumar is a man who will not tolerate injustice to cows. He has declared war against cow butchers in India and along with his dedicated associates has arrested many trucks illegally transporting cows for slaughter. They have beaten the drivers and burned the trucks used in this disservice to humanity. Satish B. writes, I want to protect our cows from being killed in India. From my childhood I have loved cows and worshipped them as my mother. I want to live within cows, and it is the aim of my life to die for saving cows from butchers. Read about the activities of Goraksha Dal and inquire how you can help and participate. Facebook address http www.facebook.com profile php at 100,1,962,548,991 SK wall mobile 9109,814,252,878 address Gaushala Old, Rampura, Punjab 140,401 Nandi departs. Nandi left was one of the many healthy offspring of the only pure Gerbal who used to roam the streets of Vrindavan. See below. His sire stayed with us off and on until his demise in March 2006. At that time we were saddened by his father's departure and brought in Nandi off the street to live with us. He was not purebred Gur but had many of the same characteristics of his father. He was 2 years old at the time and we decided to train his to pull the school buses. He learned quickly and by the time he was 3, Vrindavan Vilasini Dasi of Germany decided to adopt Nandi for life and regularly came to visit him. Nandi was gentle, well-behaved and worked very well for the next 4 years. He also fathered several healthy calves. About 3 weeks ago he developed some swelling in his dewlap and reduced his eating. The vet checked him and said it was nothing serious but that he should be given a few days off from work and let him recuperate. We did that and while the swelling didn't go away, it didn't get any worse. Since he continued to show weakness we let him rest longer. When he reduced his eating further, we moved him to Kikinagla so we could keep a closer watch on him. I brushed him daily and encouraged him to eat but he showed no interest. The vet came daily to examine him and gave him anti-inflammatory injections. Then overnight his muzzle and the surrounding area of his jaw swelled immensely. When the vet saw him he diagnosed a salivary gland infection. The swelling prevented him from eating or drinking and he did not respond to further medication. After 2 days of discomfort he left his body at 4:30 am in the Goshala. All the school bus drivers came to pay respects before we buried him near the Sabji garden. We covered his body with 2 Harinama chadars and offered 4 Mahaprasad garlands from Sri Sri Radha Sayama Sundar and then we sprinkled Ganges water on his body, offered incense, circumambulated him doing kirtana and then covered him with Vrindavan dust. There were at least 20 people attending. He was one of our favorite bulls and while we are sorry to lose him, we are happy to see that his suffering has ended. We pray he has gone to a better place. 3 new bulls this month we took in 3 injured bulls from the street. The above grey bull suffered an injury to his left hind leg and has trouble walking. He is gentle and friendly as he used to frequent the area around the MVT and had several devotees looking after him. It is doubtful that his leg can be fully repaired. Left. This 3-year-old bull also suffered a rear leg injury but has largely recovered. He is friendly and gentle and blending into care for cows seamlessly. He requires a sponsor. This 8-year-old bull was injured by a falling tree during a windstorm and suffered a broken rib and several gashes. He has almost fully recovered. He is not at all friendly and is not happy to be confined to the Goshala. If he does not respond to training we may let him go. Around the Goshala above, Bollywood actor Vive Kabaroy and his wife accompany Rupa Raghunath on a visit to care for cows. They happily fed the herd biscuits. Left above, Suradasi, our blind cow is pregnant again. Left. Radhanandini's mother never allowed her to nurse so we bottle fed her since infancy. Now, at 19 months old she follows Ajit at feeding time and pokes him with her nose until he attends to her. He laughs as Radhanandini doesn't seem to mind that the bottle only has 10% milk and 90% water. Right. Draupadi, one of our 4 Nilgai, blue cows. Left. Moti was born to Varsano Ratna 2 years ago and has one of the most unique coats in the Goshala. She is charcoal grey and at times shows a blue hue. Our calves get handled constantly so they are very friendly and make great companions. Special thanks to Pia Bryant, Italy, for her generous donation for medical supplies and providing fresh grass to abandoned cows in Vrindavan. Left Sripad B.V. Sadhu Mahra and Sripad Priyanananda Ban Mahra of the World Vaishnava Association present care for cows with the Audarya Award. Cows News in the Bovine Buddies. A new report on animal behavior reveals that cows develop relationships within the herd that can only be described as best friends and become stressed if separated from each other. Doctoral student Krista M.C. Lennon of Britain's Northampton University, who discovered the relationships, says that if these bonds were recognized and honored within dairies, it could improve milk yields. During her research, cattle were penned on their own, with their best friend or with another cow they did not know for 30 minutes while their heart rates were measured at 15-second intervals. Cortisol levels were also measured to determine how well the cows cope when isolated. When heifers have their preferred partner with them, their stress levels in terms of their heart rates are reduced compared with if they were with a random individual, MC Lennon told reporters. E. coli superbug outbreak in Germany due to abuse of antibiotics in meat production. Saturday, 04 June 2011. She also pointed out that modern farming practices often force cows to be separated for visits from the vet or as portions of the herds are moved around. We know regrouping cows is a problem, because there's a high level of stress among animals as they try to integrate into a new group, MC Lennon said. If we can encourage farmers to honor bovine friendships, it could have some real benefits, such as improving their milk yields. Christa M. C. Lennon. The E. coli outbreak in Germany is raising alarm worldwide as scientists are now describing this particular strain of E. coli as extremely aggressive and toxic. Even worse, the strain is resistant to antibiotics, making it one of the world's first widespread superbug food infections that's racking up a noticeable body count while sickening thousands. Of course, virtually every report you'll read in the mainstream media has the facts wrong. This isn't about cucumbers being dangerous, because E. coli does not grow on cucumbers. E. coli is an intestinal strain of bacteria that only grows inside the guts of animals and people. Thus, the source of all this E. coli is animal, not vegetable. But the media won't admit that. Because the whole agenda here is to protect the atrocious practices of the factory animal meat industries. The FDA, in particular, loves all these outbreaks because it gives them more moral authority to clamp down on gardens and farms. They've been trying to irradiate and fumigate fresh veggies in the USA for years. Want to know where this E. coli really came from? The abuse of antibiotics in factory animal farms. Factory animal farm operations, you see, raise cattle, pigs and chickens in such atrociously bad and dirty conditions that they have to pump them full of antibiotics just to avoid the rapid spread of infection. This constant dosing with antibiotics creates the perfect breeding ground for superbugs in the guts of these animals. Then, these animals defecate and drop billions of E. coli bacteria with their stools, which are then collected and used as crop fertilizers. So the crops are actually grown in this stuff that's contaminated with animal fecal matter containing antibiotics-induced superbugs. The veggies grown in the E. coli fertilizer then get shipped to supermarkets, where people buy the produce and fail to wash it properly. Once they consume it, the E. coli goes to work in their own guts, which are largely devoid of friendly flora because many people are also on antibiotics which wipe out their own intestinal flora, creating a perfect environment for foodborne infection. That's when people start dying, you see. It's all basic cause and effect. Antibiotics play a double role in this tragedy. They're widely abused throughout the animal ranching industry, and they're also widely abused by doctors treating human patients. And yet the media is just strangely reluctant to print this obvious fact. They refuse to tell readers the truth. E. coli superbugs are an antibiotics problem, not a vegetable problem. A. Gurjunina Brahmadasa Aditi Sathialino Yershova Amit Goswami Amritpal J. Singh Ananda Dasa Anketa Anil Kumar Anonymous and Kennedy Anapali Kuka Anurada Kavelamadai Ariel Telford Artem Poligalin Avinash Biravol Ubavesh Patel Karl Stella Herzog Carol Simpson Chandriska Pasupati Christian Kastner De Cesar Muldanal Kalabay of Deborah Klein Derek Carol Devender Kumar Dhruva Maharaja Dasa Doyal Govinda Dasa Elena Emilenko Elena Nikafravin Virajanovic Evgenia Korshunova Evgenia Paseknik Gary Faux Gorong Priyadasi Goranji Priyadasi Golden Avatar Trust Helmut Reichelt Jason Hopkins Jeffrey Walleen Jennifer Olsen Johan Wallander Joseph Frankel Kandrapa Manjari Dasi Kantilal Pana Kantilal Shivlal Kaja Sardella Kitri Waterman Kakila Patel Krishna Priyadasi Lilia Toneva Madhava Priyadasi Madhavi Gunchu Pali Margus Latik Mark Lee Mary L. Valerio Makau stay in front of me. Makau stay behind me. Makau stay on both sides of me. May I always reside in the midst of cows. Hari Bhakti Vila 16.252. The cows send their heartfelt thanks to those who assisted during July 2011. Thank you from the cows Mupur Champakalata Nayan Rupareli Anilesh Narayan Paolo Musupia Bryant Padalnu Irina R. Meager Radha Mohan Savak Rahul Sharma Ram Estadasa Rasa Mandala Dasi Ravi Gopal Rohini Sudha Dasa Sanjeev Keswani Sergi Vasiliv Smruta Sawardkar Shraddha Rakamar Stephen Blake Subramanian Narayanan Svetlana San 18 Truno Redinger Tracy Melina Venkata Venkateswaran Vij Sharma Vikas Shah Vivek Baluja Vladimir Vodopyanov Vrajamohan Dasa